Well, it's on 3 still. Okay, looks like we're recording.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. This is Robert Dickson, and I am here with Brian Sachs and our esteemed guest Joe Justin tonight. It is a stormy night here in Baltimore, chance of tornadoes. So if you hear a freight train on here, that's probably what it is. So anyway, I am going to hand this off to Brian.
Okay, so if you hear the freight train or you actually hear dogs howling, those are my dogs howling because when there's a tornado, they get freaked out. Guess I can't blame them. So Robert and I are just so excited. I couldn't wait till 8 o'clock tonight to really get on this call because, Robert and I have had an opportunity to see in action what Joe has been doing, and it really is great stuff. I'll tell you a little bit about Joe, and you also, for those of you on our list, we only bring you things that we really believe are special, that we really believe in and are using in our own business and businesses. And this just, again, I just think this rocks. But I'll tell you what's really, what really impressed Robert and I so much about this and why we were so anxious to bring it to you. Because Joe is a doer. Joe actually does what he teaches, and you know how Robert and I feel about that. There are those who have book smarts, and there are those who tell people what to do without doing it themselves, and then there are those like Joe and Robert and myself who are actually doing it and want to share. And you'll hear from Joe just the passion that he has for what he's doing. But I'll tell you a little bit about him. That we learned about Joe. He was a computer programmer for many years, and then he, like many of us, turned to SEO. He got really active in SEO in 2007 and started working with offline clients in 2009. And since 2011, he's been helping and coaching others. But what he's going to share with you tonight is, and I think, Joe, if I'm not mistaken, you're actually going to sort of like walk the tightrope and actually do this tonight so people can actually see it. It's one thing to tell people what to do. It's another thing to actually show you what the possibilities are. So, we all know that video is so important these days, and it keeps growing and growing and growing, while Google itself, in terms of just standard SEO, just keeps throwing roadblock after roadblock after roadblock in our way. So if you're serious about really wanting to do one of a couple things, you should pay attention. Number one, do this for your own business. Number two, do this for clients and get recurring revenue because you will be able to show results. So, Joe, I don't want to steal any of your thunder, but we're just so excited that you agreed to come on and to show our folks exactly what you're doing. So without further ado, I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and I want to thank Robert and Brian for hosting me and letting me talk to you guys. I know you want to know why I'm here and who I am, and as Brian has already said, that I've been serving SEO clients offline for quite some time, and I've been doing some coaching. I currently own more than $10,000 a month. It's passive income because it's an offline. I serve the offline clients, and I got to tell you that if you want to find the fastest, easiest way to a 5-figure a month income, it is definitely offline. And if you can perform and you can do what you say, like I say in my presentation here, I don't just walk the walk, I talk it too. I talk the talk. So if you can do what you say for offline clients, then when it comes time to pay the bill, as long as you're performing, they're happy to pay you. So this is what we do. Is we serve the offline clients. I rank videos, YouTube videos specifically, on the first page of Google. Now, a lot of methods out there, and others have their methods. I happen to use GSA Search Engine Ranker, and I'm sure some people have heard of that. It's becoming more popular because more of us are coming from underground and actually sharing with people how we do it. And ranking the videos in this offline business It seriously is the easy part of the whole business. The thing that sets my course aside, and it sometimes hurts me, but the part that sets me aside is that no one shows you how to run a business and how to build a business part. Okay, everyone says, oh, here's how you rank video. It's so easy. Look, I can rank for this, I can rank for that, all this stuff. But then they say, okay, you're on your own now. Well, where my course is different is I take that extra step and I show you how to build a business. I know this stuff like the back of my hand now. I love this. I love marketing. I love helping people. Of course, I love making the money. That's always great. It kind of gives you a lifestyle. You can almost do what you want when you want. I work most of my hours at night when everyone's asleep. During the daytime, I can spend time with my family and stuff like that. And that's all because of the business end of it. Now, I have gotten, before I go to the next slide, I just want to say this. I show so much about the business end, which is the most important part of this, that I've been getting emails recently that says, oh, well, I understand that you don't really show that much on ranking video. But my whole course is about ranking video. But because I spend so much time on showing you the business end, that people forget about the ranking video. So I'm going to show you some videos tonight of what I've ranked. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back the curtain tonight and show you some rankings. I'm not going to hold anything back. Then at the end, what we're going to do is I'm going to give away to three people tonight. I'm going to give away a done-for-you service. Well, I will rank one video for you for 3 months. We have a done-for-you service, and we'll pick 3 people. We'll let Robert and Brian select them, and you get 3 months of done-for-you service where I'll rank your video for you. We'll discuss all that later and how that works, but that's what we're going to do. Okay? So let's go on. Now, what I'm going to show you here is the videos I rank for my clients. This one in particular, Best DUI Attorney in West Palm Beach. We have 2 videos in the top 4, okay? 2 videos for one keyword phrase, and they're 2 separate videos, okay? So who do you think is going to get the call when someone's coming in here? And if you look at this thing, we got a couple ads up here. We got ads over here, and you know what? None of these have phone numbers. The only ones that got phone numbers are my clients. So that's another particular thing. But this is just one client. Most of my clients are attorneys, and I'll tell you right now, you can tell me that, a small city or smaller cities are easy to rank for. You know what? In the legal arena, that may be true a little bit, but almost in every city in the United States that has a population of, let's say, 40,000, the top 20, the top 15, they have an SEO guy working for them or an SEO agency working their tail off for them to try to get them up there. What I did with video is I just spanked everybody except for 2 people. One person's ABVO, and they're just there because they got so many pages. They're just an authority. The other guy, well, today, the day I took this picture, he beat me. Other days, he doesn't. It dances around a little bit. But let me ask you this question. Which one sticks out the most? If you're typing this in, you look down, those video thumbnails stick out so much, it doesn't matter if you're number 1 or number 2 or number 3. As long as you're above the fold, you're golden. And even sometimes if you're not above the fold, you're still going to get the calls because it just sticks out so much. Let me continue on. This one right here, Video Services Fort Lauderdale, or I think Video SEO Fort Lauderdale is the keyword phrase that I typed in. This is one of my beta testers. Now this gentleman, he's a general contractor, and his specialty is marble, tile, and floor. He didn't know how to do this. He started doing the website design, and him and I hooked up on one of the Skype groups, and I told him about my course, and I said, hey, man, I can show you how to do this. Well, this is what he did. He ranks number 1. I think it's, as a matter of fact, when I checked yesterday, it was still number 1. Some days it's number 2. But he's up here, and he's a general contractor. He listened to what I told him. He used my teachings to the T. He called me up or Skyped me, and this is what he created. Now, he's got. Let me tell you something. This guy, he picked a niche. I won't reveal it right now. He picked a niche that has not been cold called to death. He's got a niche that's not been, prospected to death. He's getting clients. He's probably getting 2 or 3 clients a week, prospecting with, and I show that, and we'll get into that tonight as well. Now, I'm going to show you another video right here that's above the fold. It's number 3, but we buy houses or buy my house Orlando is the keyword phrase it comes up for. That's been up there since January 4th, 2013. It's been up there more than a year, and it's still there. Now, again, when you look at this, what does it stick out? The thumbnail. And this was when I first started discovering videos and how to rank videos. So my thumbnail kind of stinks a little bit here. I have a better thumbnails now that I use where I make the phone numbers really big. And if you notice the time of the video right here, one of the things that we do is we always make sure we put the company name up here and the phone number. So because sometimes if you're not careful, this time right here will mess up your phone numbers. So you want them to have big enough to read them here without having it, just in case they don't come up here. But you want them to have them come up here, and that's just one little trick that we do. But of course, this was a year and a half ago. Now I'm a pro at this. I'm a seasoned veteran at this. So that's what this is. Now this next slide. I just got to show you guys. Okay, here's what happened. This is a top 4 listing. Okay, Ultimate Handyman Fort Lauderdale. Now I didn't know Ultimate Handyman is an actual. It's like a brand name, a trade name. They got this do-it-yourself channel called Ultimate Handyman. But for this keyword phrase, if you look at the first video is April 18th, I put it up there. What happened was we had our first training last Friday. Okay, we have trainings. Once you purchase our course, we have trainings. We have like 7 or 8 more that I promised, but this is what's going so good. I'm just going to keep training. I want to make sure that everyone knows what they're doing. But here's what the biggest question I was asked was, well, what can I do if I don't have any videos on the first page of Google? And I told people, you find a small city, you find these small cities with these small amount of people, and you upload the videos and you optimize them, and then you do the GSA. You get up there in like a couple of weeks. Well, this result right here, Ultimate Handyman Fort Lauderdale, we're the top 4. I haven't even started doing GSA yet. 3 days ago, we got it up there, and all that slide is optimizing my channel without any kind of optimization or anything like that. So this is what you can do if you just listen to the teachings and you kind of do what I'm showing you guys out there. And the biggest thing about this top 4 listing that I have here is that I took action. And a lot of people that were on the training haven't even done this yet. And all I did is I took some stock videos that I have, the PLR videos, and I'll give it to you when you purchase a course. I give you all my sources that I use for making videos. I have another source where I get presenter videos that look like commercials that cost me $147. I sell them to my clients between $500 and $700, and they're happy to pay for it because it looks so good. It's commercial quality. So that's what these 4 are. I've had to show you guys. No GSA. 3 days ago, I just optimized the channel. I optimized the YouTube video itself, and then we also try to optimize it and give them the YouTube channels. A lot of people don't know about this. We give the YouTube channels a custom URL. So when you go and look at the channel, I don't remember exactly which one this one is, but for all my attorney clients, if the city's short enough, like DUI Attorney Miami, that fits in there. When you go to the channel, that's what comes up. YouTube blah.com/user/DUI Attorney Miami, and it shows up. Now let me tell you something. When you can get a keyword phrase like that in your custom URL, you are optimized to the hilt. Then we get GSA search engine ranker rocking the links and dropping links all over the internet for you. It's not a matter of if you can rank your client. It's not a matter of if you can get to the top. The only question is when. So let me continue on. But keep that in mind. It's only a question of when. Now, let me ask you this. That's the gist of my videos, and this might be why some people ask me why I don't get more into the ranking the video. I think that's pretty good of what I've done so far. Sorry, I got to take a drink of water here. But let me ask you something. Does everybody out there know what it takes to make a business out of this once they get the videos ranking? You got to consider getting clients, closing deals, maintaining the clients, tracking them. The list goes on and on. Then we have some other questions that you have to ask yourself that came out of our training last week as well. What niche do you pick? How do you pick a niche? Do you rank video first? Do you need a website when you do all this? Do you know what you're going to say when you get somebody on the phone and they're asking you questions? Have you practiced that yet? What service are you going to offer? Are you going to offer 2 videos? Are you going to offer 5 videos? Are you going to offer 3 videos? A custom YouTube channel? Are you going to make them videos? How much are you going to charge them for videos? All these questions you have to know before you get your first person on the phone. Before you start prospecting, you have to know all the answers to this. And that's only the gist of it, okay? And my course covers all this. I show you all this. I tell you how to do all this. But before you do any of these questions right here, which everyone wants to think about that, there's a couple of things you got to consider. How are you going to collect payment? Do you have a merchant account? Do you have a business checking account? Because if you don't have a business checking account, certain businesses, they don't want to write a check to just Joe Justin. They want a business because it's more reputable. So these are all kinds of questions you got to ask yourself when you're trying to run a business and when you're trying to build this business up. So I answer all these in my course, and we're going to go over that in my course. Now, let me ask you guys out there. If you could type in the chat box, what's the number one problem out there when you're starting a business, when you have a business, what's the number one problem? Type it in the chat box. Getting clients. That was Don Willard. Getting clients. Getting clients. Yep. Clients. Congratulations. We got it. We got it. That's right. Who here hates cold calling? You don't have to type out there because I bet you 99% of us hate cold calling. So you want calls from pre-qualified clients, and I have, okay, Don Willard said he liked it, and Brent Goodall said they love it. That's great. You know what? If you like cold calling, when you purchase my course, ask me for my cold call scripts. I have some pretty good ones. I tell you what, the scripts I have for cold calling work great, and I can show you that. But I'm going to show you guys how all of the rest of us that hate cold calling. Yeah. Okay, I have some people saying if they're lying, they don't like cold calling. Okay, so here's what we do. We use email blasts, okay? We use email blasts in a way where we're not sending out direct mail pieces in email like a lot of these gurus, a lot of these courses will tell you, hey, look at this awesome email. And they give you a 5-10 paragraph email to send out. It's going to get everyone's interest. No, what we do is we send out a short and sweet email. Check it out. Here's the main part of our email. My company, blah, 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 is looking for one AC company per city to be placed on the first page of Google using video marketing. We can use your existing video or create new ones. If you're interested, call me. That's the main part of it. Then what we do, all we do is add here, is you can view one of our clients by going to Google, type in this keyword. We tell them what the phone numbers of our videos, and then I always say, here's my latest videos. Because when you do this, people are getting more and more educated. 3 or 4 years ago, before Penguin came about, which made me actually go into video, people like AC people and plumbers, blue-collar niches, they didn't know anything about being on the first page of Google. I did a lot of email blasts, a lot of different niches in the industry, maybe got 5 calls total in 3 or 4 different, main industries that everyone does now. But today, it's different. Today, they know how to go to Google. They know how to look. And if you give them your latest videos in your email, and it's like 3 weeks ago, or it's, 3 days ago, like the one I just showed you guys, or even last month, that has power. Now what we set up here with this email template is we set up a way for them to see that you know what you're doing. And guess what? When they're calling you, all of a sudden the tables are turned. When you're cold calling, you're on the combative side. You're trying to hook them. When you send out this email, what's going to happen is they're going to email you back with questions like, how much? What's your service? Because a lot of people, they've been cold called to death, and they don't want to be sold, so they don't want to talk to you till the last minute. So they'll respond to you an email, and we go over this in the course too. We go over this in the course. Hey, if they say, hey, how much? Don't try to sell them yet. Tell them how much it is. Don't try to sell them, and we show you this in the course. How much? Oh, it's $500 for 2 videos, $500 for custom channel, whatever it is, you tell them it's $500 a month. This is what it is, and then they'll say, okay, they'll go to the next question. But for every email response, I'll say, feel free to call me anytime at this phone number, and eventually they'll call you. They'll call you. Now, I can't say everyone because I do have one that I'm going to show you guys next. I've never spoken to this gentleman. He has 4 cities with me. He started off with 1. He's added 3 more, and I've never spoken to him. He's only an email guy. So you'll find out those guys, once you get them. Here's what he says. His first response was, I'm interested depending upon the price. Sincerely, I don't want to tell the name. Here's all his attorney stuff. And what I do sometimes to hook my customers, especially guys like this, I can tell he's interested. He's telling me he's interested. It just depends on the price. So I gave him a good price, and then his response was, I don't have any videos. So I have a lot of these PLR videos, which I give you guys, my resources to that. And I told him, I said, tell you what, here's what I'll do. I will set up, I can make a quick video, my stock video, I call them stock videos, and I'll just put an opening slider and a closing slider for you. And then after that, I'll slap it up together. I'll put it up on YouTube. And if you like it and you sign up today, then I won't even charge you for the videos. Now, to an attorney, it's pretty much anyone. That sounds great. And these PR videos, they're pretty good. They show, there's people moving in it. There's a professional voiceover. It's nice. And he liked it. He said there was one thing he didn't like, some girl with the headset. I took the girl with the headset out, and it took me 2 days by email, and he paid me. And he since added on three more cities. So this was his response to that. I liked your videos you made except for the last photo. He said something like a girl in a headset because it gives a call center appearance. I took it up. Look what he said in the last paragraph. Go ahead and write up the agreement, listing the keywords so I can see which ones you're targeting and potentially add or change them. Also send me a PayPal agreement, and I can process the payment tomorrow. And you know what? I did that, and he paid me the next day. This is really, when I tell you this is how easy it is when you start doing the email blasts and you have proof to give these people, this is really how easy it is. You just have to choose all the things that I said before. Ranking the video is the easiest part, and I'm going to stress that again. You can rank videos wherever you want to. The hardest part is getting this part down, getting the sales part down. Once you get that down, and you can deliver every time, either whether it's email or they're calling you up and you're talking to them, and you can deliver that with confidence, you're going to be closing deals left and right. It really is that simple. And listen, but here's the thing. Oh, when you guys get to my sales page, you look at the first video that we have for our testimonial. His name's John Bendever. Very smart guy. This guy is brilliant. Okay, he is so smart it just scares you sometimes. But you know what he did? When he got my course, he's my beta tester. He got my course, immediately started changing stuff, like my email. Oh, it's too basic. I got to change the subject lines. I got to do this. He changed everything for 45 days. He didn't get a client. And he kept emailing me, kept telling me, oh, I'm not getting no clients. I don't know what's going on. So let me see your email. Finally, after the 45 days, he sent me emails. He sent it. It was nothing like I told him. I said, dude, you got to go back to what I'm showing you. You got to do it. And in this testimonial, he tells you so too. He tells you at first he wasn't successful. So what I always tell people, I challenge you to do as the course says, and the extra training that we have for 60 days. Watch what happens to your business. Watch how many clients you get, because it really isn't that difficult. Most people just haven't been taught how to sell. And the people that say they're good at sales, that's awesome. But you know what? You could be making it too hard because everyone can learn something. And all I'm saying is I've discovered this thing. I'm selling to attorneys. If I can sell to attorneys without I don't have all these eloquent words, and I don't have to talk the certain words for like attorney words. But listen, I'm not a scholar, but I'm selling the heck out of attorneys. So if I can do attorneys, anyone can do anything. I mean, you can sell anything. You just follow what I'm showing you. I hope I got that point across. I'm taking too long on that. So basically, there's no cold calling. And as I said before, the clients are calling you, and it basically allows you to negotiate from a position of strength. Okay? You already got the proof, and when you have the proof, it breaks those barriers down. It breaks those walls down. All they want to know is how much and how can they sign up. And once that happens, basically all you're doing is just negotiating your terms. You know they're interested. They're calling you up. They're asking, or they're emailing you asking you how much. So really, all you got to do is you're negotiating your terms. You're not really selling, and you send them out the agreement, and you get paid. Now, of course, the other parts to that, how you're going to get paid. Like one of the things that we do, and a lot of people don't know you can do this. We bought a software called Check Writer. It allows us to accept checks by fax, and a lot of people like that. Some people, old school people, probably they're over 40-something, 45 and up, they tend to not like it as much unless they're technical. What? How am I going to send you a check for, a fax? And they don't think you can use it. Hold on a second. I got to take another drink. So some of them freak out when you tell them, just send me a fax made out to, my company name. You take that fax, you make a check out of it for the software. It prints out on a check. You put it in your bank. It clears the next day. Excuse me. It clears the next day. So this is another thing that we show you in our course. It's about building your business. You're going to build a professional business where you can make a living. I'm talking about making a very good living when you start doing it the way that I show you. And then, once you start making money the way I show you, then you got money. You can start testing things. You can start doing this and doing that, doing to other clients. But that's it. It's just 3 easy steps. It really is. You send out an email. The prospects call you back, or they respond. You close the deal. You send out the agreement. You close the deal, and then once that's done, then we have to consider the upsells, and we show you how to do that as well. Think about it. If you have somebody who's getting leads in one city, I don't know, we can use Fort Lauderdale, AC repair, Fort Lauderdale. Well, listen, there's a whole lot of cities around Fort Lauderdale. So if I get my AC guy getting some calls in Fort Lauderdale, of course I'm going to try to upsell him because he's already my client. It's all that much easier because he trusts me now. So we go into that in the course as well. You want to upsell because it's so simple. You already got the guy. He sees your caller ID. He's picking up the phone, happy to talk to you because you got him clients. So this is another thing that we go over in the course. So what we just covered was basically how to get clients and how we do it. And of course, that's not all we need to succeed. There's so much more that we can cover, and we only have limited time. So what we're going to do is we can go step by step for an easy follow system like you see right here. We can't do that tonight, okay? Like in the course, we go over selecting a niche, keyword research, prospecting, contacting your clients, the whole ball of wax. And that's what this course is all about. Now, everyone always forgets because we do so much business, we rank video, and we rank it big, okay? We do rank video, and you're going to learn not just how to rank video, you're going to learn how to optimize your channel for your keyword, optimize your video itself. And I can tell you right now, I see some gurus out there telling people that they recommend that you use one Gmail account, and you can make, I think, either 50 or 100 YouTube videos on a one Gmail account. And I do not trust YouTube. I don't trust Google for nothing. And I say it in my course, and I said it, and you know what? Somebody bought my course 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they said it happened to them. They said they got one channel. They did the whole setup where they got multiple YouTube channels. They got one banned, and then like a week later, all of them got banned because of the one. So he said he thanked me for it and said he wished he would have known about my course before and known about this. So these are the types of things you're going to learn when you buy my course. Ranking big video in a big way, and being able to get clients and run a business and run a successful business. That's what our course is all about. So the beauty of my system really is I also teach you how to retain control over your YouTube channels. I call it real estate or virtual real estate, because what you can do and what I show you in my course is how to use a call tracking system. I recommend 2 different ones. One's WP Call Tracker. It's like $47. Another one is Analytic Call Tracker, and that costs a little more, but it's like the Cadillac, and I use that one. But the other one's $47. So if you're just starting out, you can use that. It interfaces with Twilio and allows you to track every single call that comes into your YouTube videos. You can record the calls, and just using the recording, you can be a consultant and tell your client, hey, you got 100 calls this week, and you know what? You only answered 20% of them. Your staff's got to get on the ball, okay? You can also tell them, hey, your staff is being rude to your customers, and they're pissing people off, and they're hanging up. So you can use that as a consulting area. You can also use it when you're first starting out to forward the calls to someone that maybe you find out. What I like to tell people, go to Yellow Pages, look up their videos, and find someone there that's in your area or whatever area you're ranking in, and forward a call to them. Then after they get a few, call them up and try to sell them and say, hey, Leroy who called you last week and you made an appointment? Oh, yeah, that was for me. Cheryl the other day you called and they made an appointment with Cheryl? Yeah, that was me. You want to keep getting them? This is how it works. And then you just go into your sales pitch. Real simple. So, again, that's the beauty of my system. You get to maintain control of of the whole deal there. So I'm going to show you 2 more things. I want to show you how to find prospective clients and contact them, how we contact them efficiently, okay? That's what I'm going to go through right now. What we use to find our clients is GSA Email Spider. Now, we GSA Search Engine Ranker as that drops the links and gets us all of our ranking, where GSA Email Spider is the schnizzle, I call it, is if you have a niche that uses directories, And I'll give you an example. Plastic surgeons. They have directories out the wazoo. They have directories for a city. They have directories, national directories. If they're not blocked, which some of them are, but a lot of them are not, you can use this software, say, use as a URL to start. You can put in the directory right here, and I tell you what, man, it'll come back with some really sweet emails that are legit, and it works really good. Okay? And that's why I use this. Now, you don't have to use a GSA email scraper. You can use any scraper that brings back emails. You can go to Warrior Forum and type in email scraper, local email scraper, and you'll get a whole boatload, and it'll be really inexpensive. This one is $99. It's a little pricey, but it works really well. It's a one-time fee. If you use the search engine, you can just type in, make a keyword list. You load the list, you push start, and it'll go out and search the internet too. Doing it using the top one with just a search engine, you get a lot more bad emails because it just searches. What it does, it'll search everywhere on that website. So if that website has other links, it'll go out. You might be looking for a plastic surgeon, you get a whole boatload of plumbers, or vice versa. You're looking for plumbers, you might get plastic surgeons. But it doesn't matter. It's all a numbers game. And because of that, because it's a numbers game, really, all you're doing is you're emailing them. You're not calling. You're not getting rejected all day. Now, here's how we set everything up when we contact the prospects. We use Outlook, and we use our easy email template to send them out. Now, the way we set this up, the reason why we use Outlook, because we can easily change the account. If you have, let's say we have three different email accounts. We have Video SEO, My Video SEO, and Your Video SEO. We just send out emails. We set up the domains. We buy those 3 domains, and we buy a HostGator baby account, which is like $9.95, and they allow you to send out about 400 emails an hour. So we stay under the radar. We send about 350, and what we can do is we grab some of our emails, and we send out 350 from the first Video SEO account. Send it out, boom, copy and paste them from our the next 350, put in the next one, My Video SEO. Send out another 350, boom, done. And then we do another 350 for Your Video SEO, boom. Now we just send out 1,050 emails. This hour, we wait like an hour, hour and a half. We send out another 350 for each account. So this is how we do it. It's so simple. It's a little manual, and there are other programs that'll let you send out more, will let you upload it. But everyone I found, it just doesn't seem to work right. Either something happens or it stops. You get halfway through and you got to start over, and people are already mad because they're already telling you to take them off, and that's what we do. And if you see our easy email template, I didn't go through it too much, but we do adhere to the Can-Spam Compliance Act, where we give opt-outs. If someone wants out, hey, I take them off. But if they don't tell me to take off the list, I'll send it to them every month. Every time I send it out, I'm going to send it to them. If they curse me out on the email and call me everything but Joe Justin, I'm going to send it to them next month if they don't tell me to take them off, because I get people like that all the time. I've had people curse me out, and 3 months later they're calling me up asking me how much. So I don't ever take anyone off my list unless they ask me to. That's it. That's the only time you take them off your list. And there's another little tip that I'm going to give you guys, okay? So as I said before, it's a numbers game, and you're going to get some bad emails. We show you how to set up rules in Outlook so that any of those bad emails, they go right through delete, you don't even see them. You'll see a whole bunch of emails coming in, and all of a sudden there'll be nothing in your email box. You're like, hey, wait a minute, I just saw something, and then you forget it's in your deleted box. So that's how we do the prospecting. That's how we get clients, because that's the number one problem that we all decided before we started this, right? What is the number one problem? Getting clients. I just showed you how to get clients. This is just a little bit of our course, okay? And you got to ask yourself, how come this stuff works? Well, we know it's video. We do YouTube video, and YouTube is owned by Google, and Google gives preference to their own properties. I mean, you know what? Google, I like the last part that I put in here. Google is the new Yellow Pages, and I tell my clients this all the time. They understand it. I tell them, listen, when you go out of town and you're going to look for a sushi restaurant in Boston, okay? You go on your phone, you type in sushi Boston. What do? First thing you look for is telephone, right? Or something that looks out. You call that number, they pick up, you like them, you're going to that sushi restaurant. It's the same way with your business. It's so simple to sell. It really is. It's 2014, it's a microwave society. Nobody wants to use the Yellow Pages. Everyone wants to do the phone or look it up on their computer, but everyone wants something now. So as long as you can provide it for your clients, it's an easy sell. Using this kind of example, it just works great, man. So let me ask you guys out there, how'd you like to get my whole business from A to Z? And I show you everything that I do. And when I discover new things, I show you too. I will come out and give a new training, say, hey, look, this is what I discovered. Like I discovered something I thought was going to be big, using hashtags and the tags in a YouTube channel. If you want to rank in YouTube, I'll tell you what right now. You want to rank in YouTube, use hashtags in your tags, okay? Use hashtags in your tags. Now, maybe not for like national keywords like make money and stuff like that, but this is the first one I haven't done in a long time because it's not working in Google. It works in YouTube. What I would do, just to impress people, I would do a hashtag in a channel that had nothing to do with what I was trying to rank for, and the hashtag would come up on the top of YouTube in like 14 minutes. I was like number 1 and number 2 in a roofing channel for like AC, using a roofing description. So I just don't do it no more because it's not helping me get on the first page of Google. So I don't want to keep doing that to show people, stuff like, I don't know. I like to be on top. So on top, I like to try to be deceptive. So that's why I don't show it. But anyway, if you do want to rank on top of YouTube, put some hashtags in there. Whatever your keyword is, mush it all together with no spaces and put a pound sign in front of it. Watch what happens. If for local ones, you'll rank on YouTube easy. So basically, who wants to get my whole business from A to Z? And 3 months being the owner of a successful business just like mine. Anyone can do this. They really can, and never have to worry about the boss or having to call in sick or want to spend time with your family again. Listen, as long as YouTube exists, and this is going really good. As long as it exists, you're going to be able to do this. Google loves this thing. Google loves the YouTube, and in my opinion, everyone always says give Google what they want, but no one tells us what Google wants. Oh, they want content. Oh, they want this. You know what my opinion of what they want? They want YouTube and they want PPC. And then I'll tell you why I think that. PPC, when they first started with PPC, you could make a living, 8 years ago when you could do AdWords and stuff. But they changed all that. It's making it harder. They're throwing more people out. And they set up YouTube business model where you can never do that. You can never make a living doing the PPC on YouTube. So it's the best of both worlds. They're getting paid for people paying for pay-per-click on YouTube, but they don't have to pay nobody. And AdWords is how they make all the money right now. So in my opinion, they want pay-per-click and they want YouTube. And you know what? We're in there. We're in YouTube. So here's what I have. I'm going to teach you guys everything. I'm going to give you guys all the secrets. I'm not leaving nothing out. And as I said before, this is what I do every day. All right? So my slide says 3 months. I'm telling you right now, if you just follow the teachings and you actually take action, and every day you're doing something, you're progressing into the course, and you're doing things. And once you get through the course, you're prospecting every day. I'll tell you what. Here's what's going to happen. In 60 days, you're going to have quite a many clients. But you know what you might do? You might actually stop prospecting because unless you start getting some people to help you, because what happens is you'll get so backed up with uploading videos and stuff. It's awesome. Now, you might not, but, this is what happened to me. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm spending a whole lot of time uploading these videos, and it was getting really tedious. So I had to get myself some VAs, but I was able to afford it because this is a residual business. So, in 60 days, my income went from, actually in month 1, in July, when I first started this, it was July 2013. The first month, I had $5,500 in residuals. The second month, I was only up to like $6,000 because I stopped prospecting and tried to figure out how to speed up the uploading process. So I go back and start selling again because I didn't want to leave nothing behind. Once I figured that out, I started in July, and then by October, my receivable is $12,500, and it just continues to grow. I mean, with attorneys, they're fickle. You can have them on the first page for 100 keyword phrases, and someone else will call them up and tell them how much you're ripping them off, and they'll go with them and they'll fire you in a second. But, I know that, so I have to continually prospect as well. But that's what it is. So basically, what I'm saying is in 60 days, you're going to know what kind of business you're going to have. You're going to be excited. That's what I'm telling you. Not 3 months, you're going to definitely be successful, and it's if you do what's required. And that's why I put this note in here. Every business requires that you work at it. It's not a hobby. It's an actual business. You have to be disciplined. For instance, I'll give you an example. For prospecting, it's very easy to get distracted. The day goes past and you only put in on one set of emails. I set a time aside every day where at least I make it a must. I put it in my Outlook. 3 times a day, I have to send out my prospecting emails. I do it a little bit before 9 because when people come into the office, they always check their emails. I do it a little bit before 12 because when people go to lunch, they check their emails. Or I do it 12. Some people say do it like 2:30 because when they come back, they do it too. They check their emails as well. And then I do it like around 4:15, 4:30 because right before people leave, they always check your emails. So I do at least those 3. You start getting VAs or other people to help you, you can do it 24/7. And people, I've had people call me 11 o'clock at night from New York, and I'm in the Eastern Standard Time, and close a deal at 11 o'clock at night because I answered the phone. That's another thing. When you start this business, listen, don't let it go to voicemail. Answer the phone and talk. You know what? This might be the only time you get this guy on the phone. You need to talk to him, or her. So when you're doing this business, don't start thinking, you can call them back. Because you know what? A lot of times they won't even leave a message. They'll call. They might call 2 or 3 times. They won't leave a message. So my point is, just like John Vandever said his testimonial that he had to tell his client, you're losing business because you're not answering the phone. Same with us. When we start prospecting, we have to answer the phone. If we don't answer the phone, we're going to lose business. So I just want to say that this course is for action takers. If you're not an action taker, and you're one of those guys that keeps going next shiny object, I would recommend you go to the next shiny object because I don't want to see you spend your hard-earned money and not to try to do what we do and not see you on the trainings and doing all the stuff that we're going to be doing. So this is, of course, Offline Resurrection. And what's inside is we have 18 detailed videos with me bouncing off the walls like I am right now, talking, showing you how to do it, so you're going to have to stop it, rewind, stop, rewind, so you get it all. We got an 80-page PDF. And as I said, we have 6 training sessions and 2 bonus webinars. But you know what? As I said before, when I have more stuff, I'm going to give more stuff. If we discover we need more help here, like people are saying they want more help, more training on certain areas, that's no problem. I'm willing to do that because I want you to succeed. We have a private mastermind, a Facebook group that gets included as well. And, of course, we go over getting clients and closing clients, ranking videos, and we show you how to set up all the tools. Now keep this in mind. If you purchase our course, you're going to have to buy GSA Search Engine Ranker, and you're going to have to buy the Capture Breaker. The Capture Breaker and GSA Search Engine Ranker is a one-time cost. You only pay for it one time. The Capture Breaker is the bomb. It does all the capture breaking for us when it's creating accounts and dropping links for us. There's some other monthly costs that you're going to need as well, and that is, eventually you're going to want to get a virtual machine, a virtual server, which they're like $28 a month. It's very easy to set up. Actually, as a matter of fact, the only thing you have to do is just download GSA onto that and Capture Breaker. And we have videos. We're going to make videos. We're going to have trainings about that because some people have asked about that, but it's very, very simple to do. And you're going to need some other things like proxies. But, hey, I'm telling you up front. But remember, this is going to be your business. And let me tell you something. All it takes is one client. You get one client, and you can buy all the stuff that I just mentioned. That's how inexpensive it is. But you know what? You get one client, you're going to get another one, you're going to get another one by month 2. Let's put it this way. If you charge a minimal amount and you only get 3 clients the first month, you can at least get 3 clients the next month, if not more, because now you're going to have more confidence. The marbles are going to be out of your mouth when you're talking to people. You're going to know what to say. So you can do at least 4, so now you got 7 clients. Let's say you charge $500 a month. That's $3,500 a month. And you're going to get that in month 3, and you're going to be going for more clients. Let's say you get 3 to 4 more. All of a sudden you're up to $5,000, $6,000. That's saying minimal. Let's say you get some big dude, some big AC guy that's in 5 or 6 cities. That's one client, 5 or 6. Really, it's like 5 or 6 clients, one phone call. So these are the things you need to consider when you're going to purchase our course, and we'll help you in all areas of this. Okay, so what you're going to get our complete package. Okay, you get to blow up the candles, you get to pick out the key, and so I know right now everyone's got to be asking, what's this going to cost you? Well, the value of what's inside, we got 18 videos and an 80-page PDF. It's $497. Our live training, just by itself, it's $997. We've had people say that our one sales and selling video, one of them, was worth more than the price of the whole course. Just go over sales and selling, changing people's mentality to a one-call close. Because there's so many people out there in this business, I don't know where they get it. They send out proposals. They send out proposals and wait 3 to 5 days to get back with the person. Then they say, oh, well, I want this changed. So you send out another proposal. We don't do that. We teach you, you're going to be negotiating your term. You're going to send out an agreement, and you're going to close the guy. That's it. That's how it's done. So we can go on to this. I'm sorry, I digress. I really like to teach this stuff. But that's our live training. Our extra webinars are at least, $194. I need way more than that. But then our mastermind is $37. So the total value really is $1,700. That's what you're getting. But we're not going to charge you that. Listen, you're starting out a new business, and we want it to be affordable, and we want to see you succeed. So we're going to let you in for a minimal price of one payment of $197 or 2 payments of $110. I think it's a great deal. You're going to be able to invest $197 and get yourself a successful business where you can. The only way to true wealth is to have your own business. If you don't have your own business, you're working for someone else. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So you have to have your own business to have true wealth and to build it. And this is one way of doing it. And I tell you what, it makes me feel so good when people tell me how much they like the course and how much they finally found something that actually works and they can build their own business. Now, if you want to purchase it, here's where you go to right here. You can go to offlineresurrection.com, Robert and Brian. I'm going to put the link in the chat box here. 1 second. Right here, all you have to do is click on it. It'll take you right to the sales page. Now, there's another thing that we want to do. We want to answer some questions. If Brian or Robert want to help me out with some questions here, type in the chat box. We'll try to answer the best as I can. And there's another thing I want to go over. My training session, the first one was awesome. People would tell me how great it was, how it made things so much more clear. And I'm going to tell you, this Friday's training, you don't want to miss it. We're going to go over sales role play. I'm going to go over some of the things you can tell people, how to go about selling, because some people don't even know how to go about selling, okay? I'm going to show you how to build a sales force. Let me tell you, doing this, it's so, to me, it's me, a fisherman don't call his fish bad, but this is brilliant how I show you how to do this, how to build a sales force. And then I'm also going to show you how to almost have a hands-off on the technical side. So what we're doing here is we're catering to the nerds who have never been taught how to sell, right? Because a lot of us out here that are trying to do this, we're nerds. So we haven't been told how to sell. I'm going to teach you how to sell. And then for the salespeople know how to sell, they're a little, iffy on the technical side. Well, I'm going to show you how to make it almost a hands-off on the technical side. That's just this Friday. This is only the second training. So you don't want to miss it. No, in order to be on this training, though, you got to go to the link I just put in the chat, and you got to buy the software. Is there an option for call tracking Australia? Do you have Twilio in Australia? I think you do. I know for a while there wasn't, but I think it is in Australia. I'm not positive. If you have Twilio, you can do it because it's all interfaces with Twilio. I use one channel. Someone asked, how many channels do you have for Gmail account, and how do you get your Gmail account verified since you only use a few verifications per phone number? Easy. My call tracking system interfaces with Twilio. So I use one Gmail account for one YouTube channel. If I get a client and he has 5 cities in his one niche, I'm making 5 YouTube channels with 5 Gmails. Okay, my Twilio, my analytic call tracker, I can set it all up, and each one of them have a different entry in my software, and every one of them has a different phone number. I verify YouTube channels all day long with the Twilio numbers. It's no problem. It's very simple. Robert, Brian, you there?
I'm here. I would tell you that Robert and I really did pick up a tremendous amount of good little sort of tweaks to videos we're trying to rank, and we're doing pretty good with videos. We've applied some of the little tweaks that you've given us in the course, and of course we've had the privilege of going through the course. Awesome. I gotta tell you, Joe, awesome material. And one of our videos I think is jumping up a little bit further than we had even hoped it would jump. You're so right in what you said when you started. Video really is the key, and if you're anywhere on the first page, you're almost bound to generate the phone calls because the video thumbnail sticks out and just grabs the person's eye. What I love is really what you've done here, Joe. Robert and I are really the perfect example. Robert has great sales ability, but is really, really very technical in terms of being able to do the technicals. I am not technical at all and have the sales ability, and yet Robert and I went through your course and we're both impressed. So, you sort of, it's pretty cool. You merged both things, not only how to get it done, which we found useful, but also how to sell it. Because you're right, many folks can do the technicals, but they don't know what to do to make money with the technicals. Marrying those two concepts together is really what made Robert and I so excited to bring you on board and expose you to all of our subscribers. And, really just a great presentation. I can't thank you enough.
Well, I appreciate you guys letting me do this. And the thing is, once you start this, I'll give another example. I had this gentleman who's on I had him on the first stage for a long, long time, and he stopped paying, so he fell off. I'm not vengeful. If I own the channel, I'll resell it. But in the attorney niche, that they don't want you to own nothing. They want their name on it. They want their phone number. So long story short, what happened was he fell off the first page of Google. But I still had to call the number out. All of a sudden I look, I go on my call center, I'm like, dude got like 10 calls in like 2 weeks off of YouTube. People are looking up attorneys on YouTube. I think I scratch my head and say, how many people, what moron is going to look up an attorney on YouTube? Guess what? He's getting calls off YouTube, and he's getting them for free because, he stopped paying me and I'm not maintaining it. But that's just one example. People are actually going to YouTube as well. And if you use our training, you'll be on the top of YouTube.
Well, YouTube is for everybody.
I use that as a gauge.
For anyone who doesn't know, the obviously we all know the biggest search engine is Google, but the second largest search engine in the world is YouTube, which coincidentally is owned by Google. So yeah, people are, we're in a very, very sort of remote niche, Robert and I. And we're dominating all over the place in this very, very obscure niche that almost no one's going after. And it's really with video. And what's really interesting is when you compare the online to the YouTube searches, in other words, Google natural searches to the YouTube searches, there are a tremendous amount of YouTube searches, almost more than the natural search. So very, very interesting.
Right. And you know what? The way that I do it, and I use YouTube as a bar. When my stuff goes to be number 1 or number 2 on YouTube, I know it's just a matter of time now I'm gonna be number 1 on Google. Just the way that I do it. I know there's different algorithms, but I have found a pattern that the way that I do it, it's not. I don't always get up to be number 1 or number 2 in the first week, but once I get there, I know it's just okay. I'm good. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing right here in GSA, and I'm going to be in the top 3. Most of mine are in the top 3. It's not just on the first page of Google. We do have another question. Is someone says, are GSA links spammy or does it really matter? Well, you know what? Some of them can be spammy, and some of them are not. We got some PR. When you use GSA search engine ranker, you can tell GSA that to show you the page rank of some of these sites. You get page rank 5. 3s, 4s, and 5s all day long. You get some that are 0s. But let me ask you something. If I'm, anyone can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe Google's terms of service says any solicited link is spam, is black hat. So let me ask you something. How do you get on the first page of Google without soliciting or dropping links using GSA? You can't do it. And what I always say is this. We don't know the future. And as a matter of fact, I'll bet you a full $1 Google don't know the future of what they're going to do next. All we know is what works now. This is what works now. And I'm telling you, it's working now, and it's working now, and it's working great. So my recommendation would be jump on the video bandwagon because everyone hasn't done it, and just roll up your sleeves and be just like Nike and just do it. That's what you got to do. We have another question here. He said he's had videos on the first page but doesn't get a lot of calls. Are there some types of niches that are a lot better than others? Of course there are, but there's other things you can do to make you get calls, i.e., or for instance, the thumbnail. You got to make that thumbnail be, telling the dude what to do when he sees it. If it's just, your thumbnail is just like this dude that's like, he's got his mouth open and his finger up because that's the thumbnail Google gave you. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't nothing there. They might not call, but if you got that phone number right in that thumbnail, that kind of gives them a hint, hey, call this phone number. So, yes, there are niches that are better than others, but let me tell you something. If that niche is a niche that lends itself to be on the first page of Google, and they're at the first page of Google, and your client's telling you he's not getting calls, I'll bet you another full dollar he's lying, because he's getting calls. And that's why I use a tracking number. I'll tell you, I get attorneys tell me this all the time. Oh, I'm not getting any calls. Really? How are you not getting any calls? Because they don't let you use a tracking number. They want everything branded, so I charge them more for that. But they want to use their own phone number. So I don't know if they're getting called or not. So I say, okay, listen, you want to know true ROI? Let's do this. Let's make a mock website, and we'll use my tracking number on your website, and we'll use my tracking number on a YouTube video. This way, when they look up DUI Attorney West Palm Beach, you see my tracking number. If they click on the website, it goes to my website. It has my tracking number on it. Then we know how many calls you're getting. I haven't had one attorney take me up on that. They complain and beat me up for 3 days about ROI. When I explain them to that, they stop telling me that. So I'll bet you a full dollar. If your client's telling you he's not getting any calls and he's at the top of Google, he's not probably telling you the truth.
Joe, could you put up the slide again? I see several people who have joined, and I want to welcome them. I think they're in for a real treat. Could you put up the slide again? There you go. Look, I got to tell you something. Again, this is something that Robert and I have both gone through ourselves and found very useful and helpful in our own businesses. So, whether you want to do this as a business, and certainly if you're doing local marketing or any sort of online marketing, you need to do this. But, aside from that, you can do this in your own business. I mean, rank yourself. I've just gotten back, many of you know, I've gotten back in the mortgage industry, and I'm doing this for myself, for my own services. Everyone benefits from this.
Absolutely. Hey, can I add on to that? What you just said about doing it for yourself? You make videos for yourself, definitely. Okay? You definitely want to do that if you have the time to do it. But I'll tell you this. Don't let not having a website be a stopper for you, because you don't need a website when you start this out. All you need is proof that you can rank videos. How do you do that? Well, I showed you the slide. When I had a training Friday, in 3 days, I got videos on the first page of Google. I had some people in a mastermind, the cynics. Oh, but these don't have search terms and this and that. Dude, do you think if I call up a plumber and I show him the top 4 of this, and he can say, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. SEO guy, these aren't really search terms that people are going to type in. Look, there's only 5 ads. They're not going to say that. They're going to go, wow. That's what they're going to say. So you got to look at it on a sales side. When you do this, 90% of the time, 95% of the time, people aren't even going to ask you about your website. They're going to be all into the videos. You're showing them that you've ranked on the first page of Google. That's what they're going to be interested in. They're going to be excited about that. That's what makes it so easy to sell. I'm done.
That's an excellent point. You're absolutely 100% right. So, anyone else have any questions that you'd like to ask?
Yeah, someone said, and this started with, go ahead.
I said, what I really love about you is you just tell it like it is. It's not sugar coated. It's step by step, and it's not a bunch of guru, hoo-ha, fluffy stuff. It's here's what I'm doing, guys. Copy it. Do it. Here's how you do it.
Don Wheeler's asking, do we use Animoto? I don't use Animoto anymore, only because since I've been doing the videos, well, our findings are about 20% of people actually watch the videos in most niches. Maybe if you're looking for a spine surgeon and they got some new technology, you might want to watch that video. but for the most part, for like plumbers, even attorneys, 20% of people watch the videos. So Animoto videos probably aren't going to convert that well, all the 20% that do watch it. But it's so simple to get the PLR videos now. The source that I give out is like $14, and you get or $13 even. I got a video. Oh my goodness! I think I did it for the mastermind. I'm sorry, but it shows how I did these videos. $13 I paid the other day. I got 5 different niches, and they're professional videos. Now I use Sony Vegas, and what I do is I take one of those videos from one of my niches, and all you do is you make an opening slide and a closing slide. You know, a custom thumbnail on the front and a custom thumbnail on the back, and all you got to do is make the back thumbnail a little longer and a little shorter, and it's a unique video for YouTube. I can make 5 videos for $13. I can make 5 videos for my clients if I want to. Throw it up there, and I'm done. I got 5 unique videos according to YouTube. My client doesn't care if they're all the same video as long as they're ranking for all these different keyword phrases and they're getting calls. So for $13, I can get these great professional-looking videos. Now, if I want to go a step further, because sometimes you get like the attorneys. I'm trying to think who else. I had some other people, laser spa people, have actually ordered the commercial ones. And I charge them. I start at $500, but it looks like a commercial, and I do the same thing with them. I put an opening slide and a closing slide. They pay me $700. I make 5 videos out of it, and I'm good to go. 4 videos, however many they want. No, Brent Goodoff said hand drawn for the $13. No, there's a Matt. I can't remember his last name. A dude that just came out with some whiteboard video. It was $7. I got it for $7. That was like dentist and handyman. The handyman video. I spent $7 for 5 of them. So you got to look at these things. But I provide these as sources to all my members. Oh, okay. Brent said he just released a high definition version. And it's going to I know. I saw. I'm in one of his groups, and he just interfaced it with another video. The new video, not the Video FX, but another one that just came out. So, any other questions?
Well, I don't see any, but again, Joe, Robert and I strongly encourage you to check this out. Joe, I really can't thank you enough for sharing and the tips. I hope everyone got a takeaway. Someone's asking if there will be a replay. Well, assuming it was recorded and there isn't any issue with the recording, we will try to do that. But, that's why it's always to be here, because you just never know how the software is going to react. Or, I know a couple times I actually forgot to hit record button. So, I think we're good. But, if we are good, we certainly will do it. But I want to thank everyone for your time. I want to thank you all for being here. And most of all, I strongly suggest you check this out. It is a game changer, and it is a real business. And video really is here to stay and just keeps growing and growing. So once again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Joe, and I wish everyone a great evening. And for our several friends who are in Australia, I guess good morning.
Thanks a lot. You guys have a great one.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
Bye-bye.
See you later, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.